Actually, I have to say that I'm working on regional development and innovation and not really on responsible research and innovation. I wouldn't call this my field. But when I see how things have been evolving since I started, which is a bit long ago now, I can see that there is a drive towards much more impact-driven innovation, bottom-up process incorporating users, companies, rather than top-down policies. More attention also to broader ideas of innovation, going beyond technological innovation. So I'm working on this, and this is very closely related to responsible research and innovation concepts when we dig into the concepts. So maybe I could say, yes, I'm working on responsible research and innovation without using the vocabulary, the right vocabulary, but I'm very much, so that's why I think it's very interesting for me to be part in this project, because I'm entering sort of a new world. You know, your worlds, all worlds are too fragmented. I'm in the world of innovation and regional policy, then there is this RRI world, and finally we are working on the same thing. I think the future, I would say, it's mostly about mainstreaming. It's about incorporating these concepts and the multifaceted aspects of the concept into real policy making, being regional development strategies or even sectorial strategies like climate strategies, for example. We need all those elements: participation, inclusiveness, responsiveness, etc. So I think the future lies in mainstreaming. I don't think we have to discuss why this is all important. I think we all agree in general, but how to do it, so mainstreaming for me means how to incorporate this into the reality. So that's one way to put towards the future. And the other way it's about capacity. Capacity, mainly, firstly, about capacity in local authorities, because that's not easy at all to do. So how do you build capacity, working on capacity building, but also more widely in agencies and all the stakeholders. So I would single out the two ways forwards: mainstreaming into real normal policy making and building capacity for it. Your 2 points, cross-sector collaboration, this is absolutely essential. If we are working towards societal challenges like aging, for example, in one of the countries, in Spain, in Sabadell, I mean, you're touching about so many subjects, not only health or social policies, you're talking about economy, you're talking about infrastructure. So this is really essential, cross-domain. And your other point is multi-stakeholder. It goes a bit hand in hand. So you need to have stakeholders from the research, from the decision-making world, citizens. So this is essential. But what I would say, and I think what I've learned about this is about new techniques for engaging stakeholders, for linking policy areas together. But what I would say is that maybe one dimension has not been so much explored and is as important is the multi-level governance. We are talking about multi-everything. The multi-level, so local authorities, regional authorities, national and EU. So this is also really super important, and maybe was not so much into focus, but still very essential. Maybe first thing I would say is show results and products. Because showing methodologies, well, that's fine, but what is more convincing and more needed is what this brings. How are policies, actions, strategies improved concretely by using the methodology? So focus on the end result, on the outcome. End result is maybe not the good work, because it's always work in progress, but outcomes. What are the outcomes of improved processes, because I truly believe that if you incorporate this approach, you will have better outcomes. But we need to go as far as the outcomes and show how this is improved through more inclusive, more reflexive, more intelligent policy-making process. And maybe the other point which I learned and which I think should be really incorporated by policymakers is the fact that the concept invented by this project, the RRI-LEADERS, which is not good wording actually, it's difficult to say. It's terrible. Maybe there is need for inventing a new concept, but what's rich about it is that there are many dimensions, so they are all linked to each other and should be taken together. So it's good to work on, for example, gender equality, which is one of the elements. But it's not sufficient. You have to have inclusiveness, you have to have participation, you have to have reflexivity. So everything nurtures everything, which makes it quite difficult, but it's also the value added of this approach, that it's not fragmented, it's all the elements working together. I don't know if it is a very practical guidance for policymakers, but I think at least it's the value added of such a rich project.